Hello, welcome to Group 1's presentation on Casa Mila. Before this, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Eric. The other three members are Delphine, Chung, Lorna, and Long. Let's get into the introduction of Casa Mila. So the Casa Mila, known as Open Quarry, it is last private building designed by Architect Antoni Gaudi. It is built between 1906 until 1912. This building is for Roser Segimon and her husband Pere Mila.
Antoni Gaudi was the highest representative of modernism, born in the 1852. He spent most of his time with nature due to him being a sick kid, and he misses out most of his classes. He doesn't like straight lines and angles as it doesn't appear in nature. He studied architecture, aesthetics, philosophy, and history in Barcelona. Gaudi worked as Orientalism, Neo-Gothic, Gothic Revival, Naturalism, and overarching modernism. Next, I'll be talking about the influences subsequent. Violet Le Duc. He was an architect, archaeologist, French writer. He dedicated primarily to the restoration of medieval monuments. Ruskin. He was an English art critic and sociologist. Formulated the theory and art reached in zenith with the Gothic. Lastly, Joseph Marajujo. He was an Catalan architect and also a disciple of Gaudi, and he was in charge of the balconies of Casa Mila.
For now, we will be talking about the building characteristic of Casa Mila. As for support, the buildings lands on pillars, structure that eliminates the needs for load-bearing walls. The pillars is almost the whole building. The partition allows free distribution and the large openings of the facade. So the structure is basically iron pillars, but also combining other materials such as brick and stone. The next characteristic I will talking about is cover. The golf are covered with 270 diaphragm arches of bricks. All adopted different catenary shapes that perfectly absorb lateral loads. The cover is inside the Casa Mila. The cover constitutes a fourth, insulating the attic to other apartments, but hardly increases the weight given the lightness of material used. Above the attic roof with fanciful sculptural forms, which houses the water tanks, stairwells, and elevators.
Throughout the building, with the iron pattern bar were found from the front to the inside of the housing, the scale, and above the roof. The wrought iron balcony, designed by Joseph Gaudi, frequent collaborator, is different and was improvised during the fort. It also includes religious reference like cross. The wrought iron gate let in natural light and act as a system of protection. The doorways that Gaudi installed in the two entrances of Casa Mila stands out of their innovative design, inspired evocative organic shape, like a butterfly wings or a sea turtle cells, or even a cellular tissue.
As for the interior spaces, he and his partners designed the ceilings of the rooms and much of the furniture in undulating waves. The building is organized around two large country yards. The spacious rooms were originally decorated with frescoes. Each apartment opens onto a country yard and exterior, so light and proper ventilation is ensured. Spaces open for all the residents are the ground floor, 5th floor, attic, and the roof. Lastly, we will be talking about the roof. And as for the chimney, there is one for each apartment, groups screwing up spirally so that the air flow and facilitate the expulsion of smoke. Volume scale, Gaudi cared a lot about the function and construction, as it must be useful and beautiful through its brilliant creativity. Some of these volumes are covered with pieces of marble and ceramics. As for the vents shown here with fantastic shapes, despite the undeniable ecoactive strength offering, the meaning of these forms remains an enigma. Some beliefs and see figures related to Islamic traditions of Muslim or Christian. Others think seeing shapes from the stony places called PEDRERA, Montserrat. Others even most distant yet related sites such as the Cappadocia, pieces of broken champagne bottles, a group of chimney lining, Arte Prova, anticipate the second half of the 20th century.
Here comes to the end of the overall presentations. So the conclusion of the Casa Mila is, due to its building and the functional developments, as well as its ornamental and decorative solutions, which brought with the architectural trend of his day and influenced the future. Casa Mila is considered Antoni Gaudi's most iconic work of civic architecture. Antoni Gaudi dared to be different than others and create an unique sculptures building even with all the criticism, which is all worth it now because of how well known and unique it is even till today. Antoni Gaudi proved to be a creative, unique sculptures architect due to his early childhood as a sick boy, which missed out a lot of school and spent time outside exploring nature. Casa Mila was seen by many to be a great feat of architecture, functional and construction, as everything was designed with a reason and still be interesting. There's a quote by Antoni Gaudi is, "There are no straight line or sharp corner in nature. Therefore, building must have no straight line or sharp corner." That's it from Group 1's presentation about the Casa Mila. Hope you guys like this. Thank you.